Hi Taurus, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we're actually looking at relationships, okay? Not love relationships. We will be looking at your relationships with your friends and family, as well as those career and work type relationships, and then also drawing some cards for you yourself. It is showing quite heavily, your relationship with yourself as well. So we'll see what wants to come out for you today, Taurus. But please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. It really does help the channel grow, along with any, likes and comments on the videos. I do super appreciate your help. Okay, but this week we are using just lenormand cards this week. So we have the TAURUS lenormand we're using to look at friend and family relationships, the green glyphs lenormand for those work and career relationships, and then when we're looking at your energy, we do have the paper oracle lenormand. Okay. I do apologize for any sniffling or coughing. My sinus issues, plus, winter just starting here in Australia, it is going to be an ongoing thing for me. So, just cross your fingers for me, guys, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, but getting into it for you, Taurus. Taurus, what is going on with Taurus? Relationships with friends and family for Taurus, please. What does Taurus need to know in regard to relationships with friends and family? Just clarify that fourth card. And how is that related to the third card? Just clarify how that is related to that third card, please. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what this is. Yeah, pretty sure I know exactly what this is, Taurus. And we are seeing a continuation here with something that we have picked up for you recently. I can't quite, it was in one of the June readings for you, Taurus. So whether that was the June weekly reading or the June love reading, I feel like it would have been the weekly kind of reading here. So you may want to go back and watch that one if this section with the friends and family is resonating for you, because it does feel like a sort of continuation of that same energy. We do see firstly here the ring and the woman. So straight away we're looking at a relationship with a female within the family or the friends group. I am heavily getting straight away that for a lot of you this is a mother-daughter or mother-son type situation. So something to do with a mother, whether you are the mother in the situation, or whether this is somebody maybe just more mature than you that you consider, like a mothering type role, a nurturing type person. It doesn't necessarily have to be a mother specific. In this week's readings, I normally don't genderize, but it is definitely coming through as the more feminine energy here. Someone who is very muchly vibing as mother kind of energy. So feminine kind of energy, and they are feeling like they're a little bit older than you, so it does feel as though it's that kind of role that would be expected to see would be your mother or something along those lines here, Taurus. So we are looking directly at that relationship, okay? It did come up recently, like I said, and in that scenario too, I do remember sort of saying that it does feel like some issues around a mother for quite a lot of you there, Taurus. We do see the fish energy coming through, and then we have the scythe. So for those of you who have seen the previous reading, you'll know straight away where this is going here. But for those of you who haven't yet watched that reading, the fish card is about money and finances and, your sense of abundance and wealth. It doesn't necessarily always talk directly about money. It's the things that make you feel abundant. Like, am I receiving an abundance of love from this person? Am I receiving an abundance of time, energy from and with this person? There is a sudden change happening here. It may be unexpected for some of you. It's kind of breaking free from patterns that have been set within the financial sphere. I'm keep getting the same message coming through as what we saw in that prior reading, which was, that it may be somebody taking advantage of you, Taurus, when it comes to money, and allowing for you to be the one to take the brunt of, the paying for meals when you go out for coffees and meals and those sorts of things, it all kind of falling back on you, and the responsibilities when it comes to, pulling the financial weight does seem to always fall back on you. For some of you, it may be, this person is sort of has asked you for money, those sorts of things in the future, or they do just rely heavily on your abundance and take heavily from your abundance. So that can just be energy, and the love that you provide them, they take heavily and don't necessarily give as much in return. There is this change coming through. Okay, so that's kind of changing. There's something about that dynamic that is changing. It's kind of like, for those of you who did watch that reading, that would be where you took the advice that was given in that reading, where you were kind of like, you need to change this and stop allowing this person to, and ask yourself, like, if you stopped paying for dinner every time you went out for dinner, what would happen to the relationship? Would the relationship actually still be there? Would it still be as strong? Would it still, there be some sort of reciprocity coming through with that relationship if you took your energy and time and money out of the situation for a temporary, just as a bit of a practice test? So it does feel as though, a lot of you working on that advice and making that change, changing something about that dynamic to, test it and see if there is still a relationship holding strong after you stop footing the bill. If once you stop being the one taking all the even just a mental load of this relationship, you're making a change to that, and you're kind of saying, no, my abundance is, my wealth is important to me. For me, it's not necessarily for everyone around me. I need to look after myself, and I'm going to pay my half of the meal, you pay your half of the meal, and what happens? So it kind of feels as though that change is being put in place with this situation. And lo and behold, we have the coffin coming through after that. So the coffin is all about endings bringing new beginnings. So I'm not necessarily seeing that the ending of you sort of footing the bill all the time here, Taurus, is, completely ending the relationship. Although for some of you it may, I'm kind of feeling here that there's that new beginning. So for some of you, it just gives you that opportunity to, reestablish this relationship in a brand new way, and really focus on different aspects of the relationship and giving in a more reciprocal way, receiving as much as you're giving to this relationship. So definitely, it doesn't necessarily mean that the whole relationship is getting thrown out the door, but we do clearly see that, that energy coming to an end does create some sort of rebirth within the energy here. We do have that clarified by the cross. So it just lets us know that, have faith that this is all happening the way that it needs to happen, even if it is a little bit daunting going through that ending phase before you get into the rebirth phase of this relationship. Having faith that everything will work out how it needs to for this relationship's best interests and for your own best interests. So for some of you, your own best interests, there may be a more solid ending than for others. Others of you, that rebirth may just be this person sort of kind of waking up to themselves and realizing, I can't treat Taurus like that. So it does seem to be the main thing that's wanting to come through for you when it comes to friends and family at the moment here, Taurus. And like I said, if that does feel like it might resonate for you in your situation, make sure you check out that. I believe it was the June reading. So check that out for Taurus, because, it did delve into that same issue. Okay, Taurus. What's going on for Taurus with work and career issues? Well, not issues, but relationships. Sorry. Work and career relationships for Taurus. The people, the relationships with work and career for Taurus. Okay. I've had one come out already, but it's come out in a kind of, it feels like a very weird kind of way here. Okay, Taurus. Taurus, career and work relationships for Taurus, please. Okay, so maybe there's a reason that you're needing to be a little bit more protective of your financial aspects as well here, Taurus, because we do see the whip and the fish coming through for work relationships. So there might be a little bit of tension or drama to do with your finances when it comes to those career relationships. It's kind of giving me the energy of, people gossiping, drama. It does come through as a drama or rumors about, I'm just picking up this weird message of, Taurus can afford it if we do this. Taurus can afford, people. It seems like people really wanting to take advantage of you at the moment, Taurus. And it feels like this is happening within your work and career relationships as well. Taurus, people seeing you as Taurus is so, on top of things financially that, they won't mind if we cause them a bit of extra trouble. I feel like this is delays in payments and things like that. People, not giving you what you're fully entitled to because it's kind of like, Taurus will be okay. Did you ask Taurus? Like, so there may just be a little bit of conflict or tension, drama surrounding financial stuff around the workplace at the moment as well. So, I'm kind of getting that for some of you, this is things like people expecting you to buy the birthday cake for somebody or, for the office to, like, I'm getting quite a lot of you Taurus that are maybe more, the boss type positions and everyone underneath you expecting you to, splash all your money on them. And it's like, well, no, I pay you a wage for a reason, guys. Like, so I'm kind of getting those sorts of messages coming through here that, it's kind of people feeling entitled to your money. And like, you're obviously coming across as, no matter what financial situation you're actually in reality here, Taurus, you are coming across as very financially adept, able to control finances, able to, have more finances than others maybe. Like, even if you don't, you're coming through as very abundant. People are feeling as though, oh, Taurus has got more. Taurus has got the best of the best. Taurus has got all this. It's feeling very, I don't know the word, but it's like entitlement. I'm getting entitlement from the people around you when it comes to your abundance and your money. Like, I don't know why people are feeling so entitled to you at the moment. And, it's kind of like, maybe if I can't take Taurus's energy or time or love, I'll just take their money, that kind of thing. Like, it's coming through really bizarre here. And I don't know why people would be treating you that way, Taurus. It's very unfair. And like, I feel like for a lot of you, it is sort of coming through that, in the past you have been very generous, and now people are getting to that point where they're feeling entitled to that generosity. And, when people start to feel entitled to your generosity, it's not generosity anymore. It's not you being a generous lovely, nice person anymore. It's you being sort of guilt tripped into paying their way. And, it's like, it's very interesting. I don't know why everyone is doing this to you at the moment, Taurus. Leave me a note in the comments and let me know if that is, occurring for you a lot at the moment, with people sort of feeling entitled to your money, your time, your energy, sort of regardless, like without it kind of making sense. I keep getting like, make it make sense, guys. Like, like, because I'm kind of feeling like for some of you here, you're looking around at these people that are treating you like this, and you're like, guys, we're all in the same boat here. Like, I get paid the same as you. Why do you think I can afford it more than you can? Like, make it make sense. We do see the child and the rider coming through. So this is kind of a clue to how to deal with this energy. Come through in a very sort of positive way about things, and I'm kind of getting you like jokingly and like playful energy when it comes to how you're dealing with this, and kind of being like literally saying to people, make it make sense, guys. Like, I am the same as you guys. Like, I'm not in a better position than you are. Like, and joking around with people about the issue, and turning it into a bit of an adventure for yourself, I feel, as well. Like, because it seems ridiculous. And I feel like you're just sitting here, like, looking around yourself going, like, okay, if I don't laugh at this energy, I'm just going to, like, cry and hide in a ball here. So I'm just going to, pretend that it's all a game, and, be playful and fun, and just lighthearted about all this. And it seems to help, okay? Because then we have that rider, which sort of sets people on their way in a safe, happy, comfortable way, where, maybe they kind of realize that, oh, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like you joking around and being playful and whatnot around with this. Because I'm getting something in specific here. It's like something about the way that you're being playful about this. It kind of puts people on their horse, and it's like you're putting someone on their horse and slapping the horse on the bum and saying, okay, be gone with you now. This entitled energy, and it seems to work in a really positive way. But it all comes down to you being very positive and hopeful, and optimistic, and just playing around with the energy a little bit here, Taurus, and seeing it as a bit of a game and an adventure for yourself to, how do I deal with these people? Like, how do I, get away from me? Like, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what on earth that is all about at the moment in your energy, Taurus, but this is a second reading. It's coming up for you, so Okay, your energy, Taurus. Any important messages for Taurus? What else does Taurus need to know right now, please? We have firstly we have the stranger here, and then the non-binary. Okay, so in this particular deck, we see the feminine, the masculine, and then the non-binary in the middle. We do have the stranger energy here. So we do have the companion, as in the dog energy, and then we have the stranger, which is the companion to the dog energy. But it's with those two both together, it's kind of showing me that you putting yourself separate to everything at the moment, holding yourself very separate to everything at the moment. So, really not taking things personally at the moment, especially this, entitlement kind of energy at the moment here that's going on around you, trying to hold yourself very separately, and kind of, even asking yourself, if I was a stranger to this situation, what advice would I give myself? And looking at things very objectively rather than getting drawn into the middle of things. You're holding yourself very separately away from, everyone else. You're not allowing people to put you in these sort of categories. Okay. We do have that coming through with the coffin as well. So that's going to be especially important when it comes to, endings that are happening in your life. So like we saw with that family friends issue there, to hold yourself very separate from your emotions about that. So, look at it from a third perspective. We always hear that there's three sides to a story: yours, mine, and the truth. So we're looking at that truth perspective at the moment, stepping back from the emotional aspect, stepping back from our own logical aspect, and, looking at the situation as a whole, from your perspective, from the other person's perspective, as a whole, so that you can really, end things and close the door on things, find closure in really positive ways for yourself in order to create those new beginnings for yourself. So I feel as though that's kind of just advice for you, Taurus, is kind of, separate yourself from your problems at the moment and really step back and have a good look at things in an objective light. But that's what we have for you today, Taurus. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Like I said, check that reading that we had last week. It may have some extra insight in that situation for you as well. But hopefully I will see you all again soon.